Is it possible to have an all rares team that could handle all the dungeons, right? We've seen a lot of epic teams nowadays come out and be able to handle all those level 20 dungeons. What if we could make an all rares team? So that's what I wanted to test, and now that I'm on the test server, well, guess what? I did test it out. It's not perfect. Unfortunately, it's not the level 20 dungeons, but it is level 16, 17. Okay, so if anything, my gear just needs to be a lot better. But here's what I've come up with. So I'll go over the build, the champions, the gear, how we can make this better, perhaps some different champions that we could use to try this out. And maybe some of the bigger YouTubers out there can flex their mighty accounts with all that crazy gear and pull it off. Okay, so let me go through the champions real quick. So I will say this up front, it is not an easy build to achieve because it is using 3 cold hearts, all right? But we are also using a Bellower, okay? Bellower in a stun set. Of course, this is such a good way to add CC, but more importantly, we're also adding our decreased attack and decreased defense to give us more damage and also more survivability. Here are the masteries that I'm using on this guy for now. So we are running a defense % chest. We would want this to be 6-star ideally and as high as possible. I do not have defense % gloves, stun right now. I would like to have that. Basically, you would want this guy to be the lowest HP, but the highest possible amount of defense. 3k, not even close to being enough. You would want this to be close to 4k, so you'd need to stack accuracy enough on the gear for hopefully to use a defense banner, okay? So that would be the plan here, but like I said, I don't have that gear. Obviously, a defense ring, right? I still don't have that either, so I'm just going with whatever I have right now for the test. Then we have, of course, 3 cold hearts. The gear, once again, here is not that great. You want them to be relatively fast, but also to have roughly different speeds. One really fast, one fast-ish, and one relatively slower. That is for the spiders, so you can stagger the A3s on auto, obviously, so that it keeps the turn meter down, and I have some footage after that I'll show you guys, okay? Skill-wise, obviously everything is done on all these champions. Here are the masteries on this one. I have Flawless Execution on 2 of them, and then 1 of them is using Helm Smasher, all right? We do have accuracy banners, right? This is important, and we are running some HP chests. We need their HP to be higher than the Bellower because our Bellower would be our first in line to take some hits, okay? So this is really important. This one right here is basically just the gear from my Foley. Unfortunately, I do not have an HP chest right now lying around, so this could be a little bit better, but you see that her HP is too low, okay? I need this to be closer to 35,000. And she does have a lot of attack, which does come in handy on clearing the waves. So if by some crazy, an account has basically enough stats or substats to use an attack chest, but to reach 35,000 HP, even better, okay? You're going to clear the waves that much faster. The third one, oops, sorry. Let me move this down. The third one right here is the fast one, okay? So this one is right now a little bit too fast. She should be just a little bit slower than my Bellower, but she's not. And of course, high crit rate or over the 70%. High crit damage is always important. High accuracy because you need that turn meter reduction to work. This is the other one with the Flawless Execution. And then this one right here was the one with Helm Smasher. She's kind of like the one to mop up the floor or to hit last and hopefully take out the spider. All right, and then we're using an Apothecary in speed, but in stun. Because why not? This guy doesn't have any debuffs, but he does have a triple hit A1, which is random, but just a little bit more CC, but also because the CC, don't forget, also adds the leech debuff, which can perhaps help a little bit on survivability. So I decided to try this guy out. There's a couple more champions that I wanted to try out, but I just don't have the time to do it. Maybe you guys will figure something better, but here are the masteries I'm using on him right now. And basically, he's running the gear from my Torment, okay? So I didn't have any other stun sets lying around, but this guy also has defense right here, HP right here. On the Fire Knight, he is in lead, and he is taking the hit, so he's the first one because he's the weak affinity. So you do want him to be tanky as well. Another plan here is that you could also make him a better tank for the Ice Golem, because the Ice Golem is our big problem when enemy max HP hits, by using some of these masteries right here, where he would be taking some of the hits, right? Because that Frigid Vengeance is a big problem, but with 3 cold hearts, what you're doing is you're actually getting a lot of poisons on the boss, okay? Because don't forget this skill right here, if there's a heal reduction already on the target, which they do have on their A1, right? It's going to start adding some poisons on the boss. So if you're lucky, you can get that tick of poison that will pass the Frigid Vengeance. but you're most likely going to run into the problem of having him use that skill, okay, that Frigid Vengeance skill, but it works. I'll show you guys some footage at the end once again. So other champions we can use in lead, perhaps I was tempted to try perhaps Seducer. I think I have one in my vault. Yeah, Seducer could have been an option, right? Also the, what's his name? Veteran. I wanted to perhaps try Veteran because we have a bigger decrease attack. Okay, I burned him for the test server to level up my Haikatoon. But Veteran is another idea that we could have possibly used. So I'm sure there's other rares we could use in lead, but Apothecary seemed like the logical choice because we have a heal, we have the speed increase, and we have the turn meter increase, which is really important. Okay, so that's the 5 champions. Great haul. I've shown this before, but I'll just show it again real quick because it will affect the stats of my champions. I am in Platinum Arena, so also this is affecting my stats, right? And then let's look at basically what the setup looks like. Not Faction Wars, sorry, it's in here. I also tried the keeps just for the heck of it, and you know, it's still like, it's a minute run roughly, right? I can show some footage of that as well after, but this is the same setup across the board, all keeps, all dungeons. So far, I've only been able to do, so I've tried level 17 on the Ice Golem, okay, because it's the same affinity as level 20, so I wanted to respect that as much as possible. The Spider, though, I tried 17 as well, but that's Void. I should have tried 16. I'll show the footage after. And then the Dragon, same thing here. We went on 17, right? It's all the same setup, and it all worked, okay? So I'm not sure if this would be 100% success rate. Probably not, but because we have these all rares tournaments happening, I thought, why not? Maybe, you know, maybe somebody else can do it better than I did, because like I said, I just don't have the gear. Okay, so that's the setup. I'm going to basically then edit this and just add the runs at the end of this video. I'll let it go for your enjoyment. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is it doable? Can somebody figure something better? Can, like I said, somebody with better gear give this a shot? I can't test this on my main account. There's just no way, and this account, unfortunately, like I said, just doesn't have the right gear for this. Okay, I need really insane gear, so maybe somebody can pull it off. Anyway, so that's going to be it. Enjoy the rest of the video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later.